Welcome everyone. In this video, I am going to discuss about the Born-Haber cycle for the formation of magnesium chloride and calcium oxide. And in the previous video, I discussed about the Born-Haber cycle for the formation of sodium chloride and also the various enthalpies that are involved in the formation of an ionic compound. If you didn't watch the video, the link is given in the description. You can view it. Let's go into the topic. Born-Haber cycle mainly used to describe the formation of an ionic compound. In particularly, it is used to calculate the lattice energy of an ionic compound using the Hess's law because there is no other method for the calculation of lattice energy of an ionic compound. It involves the various enthalpies like sublimation energy, ionization energy, bond dissociation energy, electron affinity, lattice energy, as well as the heat of formation. And we have discussed all those fundamental factors about these energies in our previous video. Now let us go into the formation of the magnesium chloride. The atomic number of magnesium is 12 and its electronic configuration is given by 2,8,2. You can see the structure. It has two valence electrons. So one is here and the another one is here. During the course of the formation of magnesium ion, it loses 2 electrons in order to attain the inert gas configuration. See that after losing 2 electrons, it forms magnesium 2 plus ion and its electronic configuration is 2,8, that is the electronic configuration of the inert gas neon. On the other hand, the chlorine atom, which is having the atomic number of 17 and having the electronic configuration of 2,8,7, needs 1 electron to complete its octet. You can see that there are 7 electrons in its valence shell, so it needs only 1 electron to complete its octet to become the stable electronic configuration. So it gains a electron to form Cl minus ion and its electronic configuration is given by 2,8,8, which is nothing but the electronic configuration of the inert gas argon. During the formation of magnesium chloride, the magnesium atom loses 2 electrons and those 2 electrons will be gained by 2 other chlorine atoms. See that one of the valence electron of magnesium is transferred to one chlorine atom and the another electron will be transferred to another chlorine atom, so that all the three will attain the octet configuration. That means magnesium will form magnesium 2 plus ions and there will be 2 chloride ions resulting in the formation of magnesium chloride, and hence the formula of magnesium chloride will be MgCl2. Now let us discuss about the formation of magnesium chloride using Born-Haber cycle. For the formation of 1 mole of magnesium chloride, 1 mole of magnesium solid reacts with 1 mole of chlorine molecule, and the enthalpy involved in this particular conversion is nothing but the formation enthalpy of magnesium chloride. Now let us discuss about the various steps that are involved in this conversion. In the first step, the magnesium solid is converted into magnesium gas by absorbing the sublimation energy. See that the solid is converted into gas by means of the sublimation energy. And in the next step, the chlorine molecule is converted into chlorine atoms. That means the bond between the chlorine molecule is broken by means of the bond dissociation energy, resulting in the formation of 2 chlorine atoms. And in the next step, the magnesium is ionized to magnesium 2 plus ions. Since there are 2 valence electrons, it involves 2 ionization. That means by absorbing the first ionization energy, one of the valence electron of magnesium will be removed, resulting in the formation of magnesium plus, which loses one more electron by absorbing the second ionization energy, resulting in the formation of magnesium 2 plus. So far we have discussed 4 endothermic process, that is the sublimation energy of magnesium, bond dissociation energy of chlorine molecule, first and second ionization energy of magnesium. And now the last 2 electrons by means of magnesium will be gained by 2 other chlorine atoms, resulting in the formation of 2 chloride ions. And while adding this electron to the chlorine atoms, actually the energy is released, and the released energy is nothing but the electron affinity, and that leads to the formation of 2 chloride ions. Now we can see that the magnesium ions in gaseous form and chloride ions in gaseous forms are formed, which are combined together to form the magnesium chloride, and the energy that is released during the formation of this ionic compound is nothing but the lattice energy. So the Born-Haber cycle is clear, and as per when we apply the Hess's law, we can see that the formation enthalpy, that is the formation enthalpy of magnesium chloride, will be the summation of all the 6 energies, that is the sublimation energy of magnesium, bond dissociation energy of chlorine molecule, first ionization energy of magnesium and second ionization energy of magnesium, and electron affinity of chlorine atom, and the lattice energy. Since there are 2 chlorine atoms, the electron affinity, that is a electron affinity value should be multiplied by 2. We can see that there are 2 chlorine atoms that are involved in this process. So by means of this, you can calculate the lattice energy of magnesium chloride if you know the other parameters like sublimation energy, dissociation energy, first and second ionization energy, and the electron affinity of chlorine, as well as the formation enthalpy of magnesium chloride. So if you work out one problem, then we'll have some more clarity on the formation of magnesium chloride. So calculate the lattice energy of magnesium chloride using the following information. So it is given the first ionization energy of magnesium and second ionization energy of magnesium, sublimation energy of magnesium, bond enthalpy of chlorine, that is chlorine molecule, electron affinity of chlorine atom, heat of formation of magnesium chloride. So these parameters are given, so it is possible to calculate the lattice energy. So when we apply the Hess's law, see that the delta HF of magnesium chloride will be the summation of all the 6 enthalpies that are involved in the formation of magnesium chloride. So this is the only unknown factor, so we can easily calculate the lattice energy of magnesium chloride. So you can see that there will be 2 electron affinity factor. See that the electron affinity of chlorine atom is -349. Since there are 2 chlorine atoms are involved in the formation of magnesium chloride, we need to multiply that value by 2. So if we do the calculation, we can calculate the lattice energy of magnesium chloride as -2524 kilojoule per mole. Now let us discuss about the formation of calcium oxide. The atomic number of calcium is 20 and its electronic configuration is 2,8,8,2. As like magnesium, it is also having 2 valence shell electron. On the other hand, the oxygen atom, which is having the atomic number of 8, has the electronic configuration of 2,6. You can see that it needs 2 electron to complete its octet. So the electron that is lost by the calcium will be gained by the oxygen atom, resulting in the formation of calcium 2 plus, which is having the electronic configuration of 2,8,8, which is nothing but the electronic configuration of the inert gas argon, and the oxygen atom that gains the 2 electron lost by the calcium and attain the electronic configuration of 2,8, which is nothing but the electronic configuration of the inert gas neon. So this results in the formation of calcium 2 plus and O2 minus, that makes the formation of calcium oxide. Now let us discuss about the formation of calcium oxide using Born-Haber cycle. For the formation of 1 mole of calcium oxide, 1 mole of calcium solid reacts with the 0.5 mole of oxygen molecule, and the enthalpy involved in this process is nothing but the formation enthalpy of calcium oxide. Now let us discuss the various steps. And in the first step, the solid calcium is converted into gaseous calcium by means of sublimation energy, and in the next step the oxygen molecule will be converted into oxygen atom. Since 0.5 mole of oxygen molecule is involved in the formation of calcium oxide, half the amount of bond dissociation energy of oxygen molecule is enough to convert oxygen atom. And in the next step, the calcium atom is converted into calcium 2 plus ion by means of two steps. That means the first ionization energy that removes one of the valence electrons of calcium, leading to the formation of calcium plus ion, that subsequently loses one more electron by absorbing the second ionization energy of calcium, which leads to the formation of calcium 2 plus ion. So now the last two electrons of calcium will be gained by oxygen atom. That also happens by means of two steps. And in the first step, one electron will be added to oxygen atom, leading to the formation of O minus ion, which is nothing but the first electron affinity of oxygen atom. You can note down it is an exothermic process. But the addition of the second electron on O minus ion is not an exothermic process, which is an endothermic process. You can see that the second electron affinity is an endothermic process. So now both calcium 2 plus and oxide ions are formed. Those two combine to form calcium oxide, and the enthalpy involved in this process is nothing but the lattice energy, which is exothermic. So if you apply the Hess's law, you can see that the formation enthalpy of calcium oxide, which is the summation of all the 7 energies. You can see that sublimation energy of calcium, half the amount of bond dissociation energy of oxygen molecule, first and second ionization energy of calcium, first electron affinity of oxygen, which is an exothermic, and the second electron affinity, which is a endothermic process, and the lattice energy, which is usually a exothermic process. So if we know all other parameters, we can easily calculate the lattice energy of calcium oxide. If we closely look at all the 3 Born-Haber cycle, that is the sodium chloride, magnesium chloride, calcium oxide, is more or less same with slight changes. So clear understanding is very important to solve the problems using Born-Haber cycle. So calculate the lattice energy of calcium oxide using the following information. So there are 7 energies are given, that is the first and second ionization energy of calcium, sublimation energy of calcium, bond enthalpy of oxygen. This is for 1 mole. So usually the parameters will be given for 1 mole. So we have to decide whether it is 0.5 mole is involved or 1 mole is involved by means of the Born-Haber cycle. If you made a mistake, and your problem will be totally wrong. You can see that the first electron affinity of oxygen is given as minus 141. That minus symbol indicates it is an exothermic process. The second electron affinity is a endothermic process. You can see it from the sign. And the formation enthalpy of calcium oxide is also given. If you apply the Hess's law, you can easily calculate the lattice energy of calcium oxide. That is nothing but the 3534 kilojoule per mole. So thank you for listening. If you have any doubts or queries, you can leave a comment or you can reach me out through the mail. Thanks for listening.